Let's do that. Alright. First and foremost, what the hell are we doing? Calamity. There's all of these filters. Man, I love filters. Alright, so, I've got some storage containers here, which is nice. That's convenient. I've got, wow, kind of a lot of stuff built up. That's pretty impressive. Room for more workers if I wanted to pay the money. I am exactly at cap for the amount of cards I can have out in the world, which means we probably need to deliver a little bit more to this city hall. We haven't found a market yet, which is a thing that I am looking for. I would like something to auto-sell materials. That would be great. And we have very little food. Problematic. Alright. Food will develop itself in time, hopefully. Fingers crossed. We got some oil, some uranium, some more metal scraps. I love metal scraps. I don't know what to do with all these metal scraps, but I love having them. Looks like we're working on ore, so good job, these industrial smelters. Guess I can rearrange them. I think I like, just finished setting up, yeah, we got 2 copper mines and 2 iron mines. So we will have these things running full tilt all the time, which I think means we can get rid of some of this extra ore. I don't need extra ore at this point. I'm also okay spending this to make my life easier in the future. One more. I don't know that this necessarily needs to go into City Hall. Maybe this is a worker? How am I for workers? We got a sniper, a soldier, just sitting here taking up space. We got this worker who's not doing anything? I should figure out how to do things. That seems like it would be a good idea. Hydroponic farm. Oh yeah, we got regular farmlands. But what if we had hydroponic farms? Use water to farm more efficiently. Oh my god, you need so many water pumps. It never ends, the amount of water pumps you need, my god. Okay, alright, fine. Fine, no problem. I'm okay with this, probably. Landfill's doing okay, that's good news. And I might end up needing this junction, but for now it's just gonna sit there. It's also fine. A-okay. Is this enough to buy an employee? It is. Not that I necessarily know what I'm going to do with the employee. Oh, we're educating workers, right? Because I needed an educated worker for something. Something. Was it an energy thing? Does not seem to have been an energy thing. What is an automation thing? It was not an automation thing. Was it a landmark? I have one of each of all of these landmarks already. Water treatment plant. Oh. Okay, yeah, this seems like the business. Let's get one of these. That sounds like a great idea. How do I make cement again? It's water and gravel? Mixing cement. Huzzah. And 2 plastic. How do you make plastic, do you think? I was gonna try and, like, burn a fossil in a smelter. I know we've had plastic. It's just shown up randomly. But I don't know... I don't know from where we obtained it. Doesn't show up on my resources list, so I don't have any ideas about how to create it. I guess I can just buy things, and sometimes there'll be plastic in it? Plastic shows up in trash sometimes. I know that to be true. Impressive Industry just has storage containers in it. I love it. Alright, well, I guess my next step is make some money. Although, honestly, I'm in a decent place to just start selling some stuff off. Like, this is easy to just sort of... We have a lot of things here is the point I am trying to make. If I really want to make 140 bucks, I could do that. I think we want black gold, though. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, here we go. Let's make some things happen. More ideas, good. Oil rig. Hey, it's plastic! 2 oil. Okay. How do I get oil again? I don't think we're quite there yet. Maybe the oil rig will tell me. 3 water, 2 electric motor, and an educated worker. Electric motor. 2 copper bar in a factory. Alright. Alright, this ain't too bad. It sounds like we do need a free factory to just make stuff, though. Like, the one factory I have so far is pretty dedicated to making food. And I don't think I can reasonably pull it aside to do other things. What else needs a factory to make? Plastic, okay. Well, at the very least, we can start digging through this trash. The fossil can go up here with the other fossils. I haven't figured out what to do with those yet. I guess I'm going to need factory parts to make a factory, right? Why does factory not show up on this list of things I can make? Is it in automation? Because it's in automation. Okay, 2 factory parts. Which is a metal... Yep. Alright. We're making a factory, and we're getting energy out of it. Sounds like a plan. Oh, how am I on electricity, actually? I do not appear to have any free electricity. I do have an energy combiner that is not doing anything. Alright, we'll need to make another, maybe burner generator, or maybe just water wheel? I think we can afford another burner generator. I think we're okay on pollution. I guess worst case, we just make another landfill. Is that a reasonable approach? What's up, Mark Magus? Twitch won't let you adjust video volume unless you look at your recap. 1 electricity salad. Wow. It would be great if electricity was both efficient and clean. But it doesn't seem like we're quite there yet. I'm gonna pull some of this stuff out of the way a little bit more. Do a little bit of maneuvering. Alright, so how do I want to make electricity? I think it is, in fact, another burner generator. How do I make those? Factory parts! Everything needs factory parts. The who rated you, who you rated section is a pretty good addition. Yeah, I think so too, Mark Magus. It reminds me that I have not done nearly enough rating of people. I always find myself in a situation where I'm just like, I don't know. So I just cut stream. Something to think about in the future for sure. Probably not today, though. Alright, how am I getting the pieces of thing that I need? I need metal scraps, and I could potentially get it out of precious resources. So we're just gonna keep throwing money at precious resources. Am I stacked yet? I'm in the process of stacking. Hello, Vera. How you doing? Stacking is occurring. I do still have this random uranium hanging out because I haven't seen anything about it. And I was like, I'm probably going to need that eventually. But we dumped all of the plastic, unfortunately. Now I got to make energy wheels so I can make oil rig, so I can make oil, so I can make plastic, so I can make... What did I want to make? Sewage treatment. I wanted to make a water treatment plant. That's what I wanted to make. Cooling down from immense irritation. Ooh. Sounds like a rough day. Well, hopefully the soothing sounds of Stacklands will help you with that. Alright, I need to make some more money here. Don't super want to just empty these out. Like, this takes time to refill. I do have these extra bars that I could potentially do something with. That is maybe a thought. Oh, yeah, they're doing their thing. That's fine. That's a-okay. Yeah, yeah. It took me a second too, Mark Mages, but yeah, I think that is correct. I think that works the way we want it to. I need to find a way. All right, you know what? We're just gonna kickstart this process by wasting some resources. Oh, whoops! I didn't. Just moving the credit card around, I forgot to actually buy the thing. Why is there a random worker here? I certainly don't need extra gravel deposits. But alright, you can empty out these gravel deposits, I guess. And maybe this trash will get me the thing I want. A toy! Heck yeah. A toy is free victory points. You've got nothing to do. Okay, let's give you a gravel deposit. That'll give you something to do. How are you doing? I'm pretty sure you're still alive. I definitely couldn't tell you where. There's 28 workers in the world, and I think you're in one of the farmlands or the factories or something. Everybody lived. That's the important part. Everybody is living. Everybody's doing fine. Hey, I found some plastic. Well, that's good news. Alright, we were going to make a factory. It seems like it is an important next thing to do. So let's start on that. I don't know what to do with these fossils, though. Maybe someday I'll find out. Oh, I needed to make energy, too. We needed to make another burner. The last enhancements I've gotten. So the most recent things I've found out about, the most recent ideas I picked up were oil rig and plastic. And I am now working on putting together an oil rig so I can make oil, so I can make plastic, so I can make a water treatment plant. That's where we're going. We're definitely improving the overall efficiency and green factor of my city. We're gonna treat sewage. It's gonna be great. Probably. It's probably going to be great. Hey, found that factory. Oh, crap. I still need to make the... Alright, well, the factory doesn't help me until I have energy for it. I have, once again, forgotten how this works. That's fine. That's A-okay. In order to do that, I am going to need... What? Metal parts. That's what we said, right? Burner generator. Factory parts and an iron bar. Iron bars we have in spades. That's not a problem. Can move that over just so this is working. And burn some of this extra gravel that we've just picked up, I suppose. To see if I can get some more parts. Well, I found some trash. That's great. Found a water deposit. That's also great. The water deposit, I think, is just going to become another water pump. Because I am very certain I am going to need that for things. So, hang out in the factory? No, not yet. Hang out in... Let's see. Burner generator functions on its own, but it needs a tree plantation to work. Ah, yes, we needed a source of lumber. The water source is a thing we're going to need eventually, but the lumber source is a thing we're going to need now. Now. Always pronounce the name of the animal with bar? Okay. That's allowed. I'm pretty sure it's not illegal. It's, I would say it's frowned upon. But, no one's gonna stop him. Alright, well, let's see what happens after this trash gets sorted through. Maybe that'll make the difference I am looking for. Uh-oh. The cheap viewers. They are expanding. Well, you're banned. That's cool. And, quick reminder, I'm going to need to, hold on, I'm going to go into the Discord, into the suggestions channel, and suggest that I go through, through logs and find new words for adjust spam filters. There we go. You've been seeing more of those recently. They keep working around the existing filters. Now they're using various forms of high ASCII in order to get their message across, which that sucks. And I don't even know what the I don't even know what the link was because Automod is catching links, which, like, that's cool. It's Unicode, not high ASCII. I use the phrase high ASCII the same way that I would use high Elvish to mean anything that's not, like, regular ASCII. Anything that's not, an alphabet. Lurking while dealing with work, understandable. Alright, we're still waiting for something to happen here. Metal scraps! We did it! Alright, cool. I needed this. Because I needed this. Because I needed also this. Alright, we're ready. What? Scrapping metal? Oh! Oh yeah, I forgot. You could just make metal scraps. Wow. I'm bad at this. You gotta remember that for next time. Alright, so here's some factory pieces to go with this iron bar to make a burner generator. And then we still need a lumber deposit. So we're going to have to put some money into here to find a lumber deposit. These are none of those things, unfortunately. But okay, we can sort through some trash, and maybe that'll come up with something good. Too impatient. Buying more things. Man, this game really is just a pack opening simulator. Alright, some more trash to go through. That's great. At least my workers are busy now. Yet another water deposit. That's a little bit unnecessary. It's a little bit unnecessary. More metal scraps, though. That's cool. I'm sure I will find a use for those. Immediately, actually, because I know I'm going to need them in order to turn whenever the deposit I find into the thing. If you were coding it, you'd ship Unicode combining marks and downcast various letters to their ASCII visual equivalents. Yes, yes, that is the correct way to do it. That is absolutely the correct way to do it. Get rid of, like, just, like, flatten all of the Unicode diacriticals into the original ASCII thing so that you know exactly what they are trying to say. And, don't currently have access to anything that's nearly that effective. More metal scraps. Wow, nothing but metal scraps. All day long metal scraps. That's good, actually. Metal scraps is the thing that I'm looking for. So, like, I'm not mad about it. I don't actually know what else I would have wanted out of the trash. Looking for a no-brain game because you're a bit under the weather. What is Shark Incremental? Don't have the brain to process the new mechanic. Yeah, yeah. Rip. My sympathies. Should I be playing Shark Incremental? I am a fan of incremental games. Pretty decent number go up game. I mean, that's all I'm asking for. Need more lumber deposits. Can I make a lumber deposit? I can't, right? Yeah, lumber deposits are the discardable ones. I can make a tree plantation once I have a lumber deposit. Alright, let's trash some of this water then. And turn it into, hopefully, a lumber deposit. Nope. Water deposits all day long. Alright, well, let's start emptying out these water deposits. This is starting to get unreasonable. Here you go, employees. Have something to do. Can go hang out with the rest of the metal scraps, and I guess I'll just sit here and wait for things to finish. I'm going to need some more space, though. There's more factory parts. That's great. I need those for the electric motors. You know, I could have a bargain basement hamster wheel just so I have energy to run this factory. Until I eventually find my deposit. And that'll only cost me a worker. So that's probably fine. That seems like a better idea than sitting here doing nothing. I'm gonna need to pay money. How do I turn relevant things into money so that I can afford to hold all of this stuff? How much time do I have left? 17.8 seconds. That's not a lot of seconds. Educating the worker. Good. Get educated, idiot. I think the only thing I need right now, the only thing that takes an educated worker right now, I think, is that sewage treatment plant. But I'm gonna double check. Hydroponic farm seems like a good idea at some point. Oh, that's another thing to use plastic for. In addition to the water treatment plant. Oh, I need an educated worker for the oil rig that I am eventually going to make. Okay. Not a lot of things that need educated workers. Some things. Not a lot of things. How does this work? Okay, every 10 is another increase. Every 10 is 2? Every 10 is 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Assuming we eat the grain first. 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. Hang on, I'm counting two different things here. 10, 14, 18, 22. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 brings me down to 80 something? 80... Math? 80 math? 87? That's still a lot more than 79. Alright. Alright, hopefully that's good enough. Alright, here is this burner that we will eventually use to make energy. Egbert? Oh, do you want to... I'm going to make the educated worker Egbert? I'm in. Alright, here is an educated worker. He is so smart, his name is going to be Egbert. Oh yeah, you can tell he's smart because he's got a second clipboard and also glasses and a bow tie. Wow, all sure signs of intelligence. Educate you? Oh, I'll have to find out where you are. I don't even know where you are. There you are. You're working in the farmlands. Can I swap one of the other workers in? Because bow ties are cool. Bow ties are cool. Yeah. All right. Excellent. All right. You are next on the list to get educated. Wait a minute. That's not the... What? I thought that... Hello? Where did you go? You disappeared. Are you in the factory now? What the hell just happened? Did you lose your name because I put you in the academy? I am not responsible for this, Vera. I don't know what happened. Hang on, I gotta test something. Alright, now we have a test worker. No, they keep their name. You must be in the factory or something. But, like, I can't pick you up out of the factory without... Oh, maybe I can... There we go. Everything's fine. Just do the same thing that you did before. Alright, now you can get educated. Behold the power of education! I will force feed you knowledge until you spontaneously generate a second clipboard and a bow tie. Seems like a reasonable plan. Still working on the tree plantation. I'm just gonna let time pass here while people continue working on things. Guess I can do this for now. Educate you all day long. Absolutely. All right. Look at all that well-being. People can go to the cinema. People can have toys. It's great. Nice. Oh, what just happened? Rain can be harvested for water. Party! Everybody's celebrating. Can people go to the festival to celebrate? That's new. Rain can be harvested for water. Do I want to harvest rain for water? Rain is not a deposit. I was hoping I'd be able to combine rain with factory parts and it would do something. It does not seem to have done something. Seems to have mostly done nothing. Alright, this bread can be turned into money, which means we can buy a new pack. Idea. Oil power plant. Generates energy from oil. Neat. Export center. Yes! Factory parts worker and 50 bucks. Okay. And oil. A bunch of oil, which I can put on this factory to generate plastic. Cool, that kind of shortcuts that process. Once this hamster wheel is done. Export center. Absolutely, I would like an export center. Would like something to export things for me. That sounds great. I don't know what we're going to do with all of this rain. Probably nothing. But I guess I could turn it into water. It seems not bad either. Alright, now we have a backup hamster wheel. And for now, we'll connect it over here. And then we're making plastic! Heck yeah! Alright, so the plastic is great because then I can use it to make electric motors? No. I need... How do I make electric motors? Copper bars in factory. Oh no, my copper bars! Disaster. But the end step here, the reason I am doing all this, is I need to make electric motors, so I can make an oil rig, so I can get oil, so I can make plastic, so I can... ... I don't remember what the next step of the process is. I think it was water treatment plant? Yeah, water treatment plant. Okay. Let's get some cement. And 2 plastic. And a Vera, probably. Or maybe Egbert. Probably Egbert. Vera's still learning. Education takes a while. I'm going to need more people. Very much going to need more people. Okay, I guess while we're sitting here waiting for something to happen, you can turn rain into water. Sounds great. Cool. So this should turn this into an electric motor as soon as you're done here. Everybody's celebrating! Love celebrations. Do I love celebrations? I probably love celebrations. Seems like a reasonable thing to love. I think these iron bars are going to have to go at some point. Get to work, Egbert. Look at him doing all this actual work. They're doing great. We are... Oh, very much capping on... I think it might be time for another landfill. Ladies and gentlemen, it might be time to handle my pollution a little bit better. 3 gravel, a metal scrap, and a worker. Okay, we have a metal scrap. I have only 2 gravel, but soon I will have more than that. I need a box for all this iron. That's what I need. Storage container. How do I make a storage container? How do I store things? It's not a building. It's not a resources. There it is. 2 lumber, a metal scrap, and a worker. This metal scrap nonsense is really getting me down. Okay. Also, all of my workers are busy. I hate that for me. There is 1 electric motor. We've done it. Ladies and gentlemen, an electric motor exists. It's not quite enough yet. But soon. Soon, oil rig. Very close to things being okay. Yo, we did it. We got a water treatment plant. Converts sewage into water. Labor shortage? This can be any worker. We just needed somebody smart to build it in the first place. Okay, great. Let's get an employee. And we are just about out of employees. Out of room for employees. Uh-oh. It might be time to replace the shacks with luxury apartments. Although they need power. Distressing. Much stuff to work on. You can, for now, I guess, go into here. Converts sewage into water. Okay, so if we look at the sewer connections, we can have all of these sewer connections, actually. I think I just disconnected something important. Like the academy. Here. You can connect over here. You can connect over here. And the cinema can be connected over here as well. And now we are extra overloaded. Filtering sewage. Cool. The important part about this is I can just dump a bunch of stuff into here. And now this is essentially the same thing as a water pump every 30 seconds? Delightful. Well, I really don't need these water deposits at all, do I? So I don't... This is an extra now, but I guess I'll leave it around just in case I need it. Although mostly I want to get rid of it and replace it with more sewage treatment plants, right? Because those make water for me. Although they are very expensive to build. Maybe I'll leave these around just as backup. All right, and then where am I taking this water? Can I transport this water straight into this water container? I think I can. I have so much water. All right, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Good progress. We did a thing. Fights to keep the city safe. We have 1 soldier, 1 sniper. Is that enough? I don't think that's enough, actually. Suspect that's probably not enough. All right, extra worker. That's great. Let's put all these iron bars into this container. Make that a little bit easier. You go swapsies over here. Oh boy. Let's get Egbert loose. Free Egbert from his toil. Excuse me. Why does this not work? I guess it doesn't replace because Egbert was educated? Weird. Get in there. All right. All right. Good. Good. All right. All right. Good. I guess keep burning through this rain. And what else needed a factory? It's literally just the things I don't care about, huh? Oh, we should start on the better farmlands. Hydroponic farm. Factory parts and 2x plastic. Oh, we're very far away from that. We need to get like the full oil rig chain going before we can do this. All right. So that means we still need another electric motor, which is another copper bar. All right. So we're just waiting for another copper bar. It's fine. We could work on more luxury apartments, but then we need... Do we have better energy sources than these burners? Oil power plant, eventually. That's a ways away. So no, not really. Oh, I was going to make another landfill because this is starting to hurt. How do I make a landfill? 3 gravel and a metal scraps. Oh, right. Okay. Which I guess means we need a metal scraps? Sure looks like we need a metal scraps. All right, Egbert, go to work. Go to town, buddy. You're doing great. Whoa, 3 metal scraps from 1 iron bar? What a deal! I didn't realize this, that was so powerful. I thought it was going to be 1. Huh. Well, that certainly improves things. All right, 1 more gravel. One more landfill because these numbers are high. We would like to be doing better. Guess the factory is generating pollution, maybe? You're not doing anything? Why are you not doing anything? Let's burn these water deposits, I guess? We'll burn one of these water deposits. Since I'm sitting on more water from here. That needs to be another electric motor. And we're almost there. We're so close. There's a landfill. Alright, landfill needs a sewer connection, so I guess get connected. And then we're waiting for this electric motor to finish so that I can make an oil rig. With 3 water. Water's easy. Cool, 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 cool. This is working out. Yo, Vera, you did it! Look at you dual-wielding clipboards. Damn. So educated. Spent an hour and change only to find out the QA guy didn't install the updated build. Yeah, there you go. You're super smart now. Okay, next step. What is the next step? Waiting for this to finish. Maybe I'll wait for this moon to expire before taking things out of my combiner. There we go. Gained 2 well-being. Gained 2 happiness. Nice. Start new moon. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What just happened? Something happened. Merch. Fans go wild. Nice. Festival is ending. The city advisor had something to say, and I kind of skipped through it. Oh, well. Build a theme park. All right. I have no idea how to do that. 6 educated workers. That's going to happen eventually. Build a radar station. 5 high voltage connectors. Lose 5 well-being in a moon. No, I don't think so. Have 3 pets. I mean, okay. No, Vera's gonna do it. Heck yeah, build that oil rig. Collect uranium. I already have collected an uranium. So obviously we are ahead of the game, as they say. I'm gonna turn this into a thing. I don't know when I'm gonna need it, but I know I'm going to need it eventually. And still need that lumber deposit. Oh, actually, I'm gonna do that market thing. Export something or other? Resources? Energy? Export center, there it is. Factory parts, 50 bucks in a worker. It's expensive. Struck that export center, heck yeah. Nothing but water deposits. Oh my god, it's water deposits all day long. I should build a storage thing for grain also. That would be smart. Still working on your nuclear plant automation in Factoria. Nice. Four or 5 decider circuits per reactor. You know what? That's all right. That's not that much overhead. It is some overhead, but it's not too much overhead. All right, so this is either well-being or 100 bucks. Oh, I think it's going to be the well-being, but like, the option is there. Oh, you're not doing anything. Here. Become academic. Oh, you are doing something. Yeah, hang on. I've got work for you to do, buddy. We do need to export center. Okay, so it needs a worker. And it needs power. Oh, heavens to Betsy. Better than your first solution required n log n deciders per reactor. That is a number. That is certainly a number. Exports resources that are placed on top of it. Okay. Well, this will sit here until I figure out what to do with it. And I think that's going to be after I get this burner set up. So for now... I was going to do something. I was going to do something. You're working on stuff here. I was going to make a box for grain. Min AB is not one of them. That's true. That is a thing I know to be true. Wait, is that true? Can the arithmetic decider not output the minimum of 2 inputs? What was I gonna do? I do want to build that container, honestly. 2 lumber and a metal scraps. All right. 2 lumber and a metal scraps. Go. And this can be a container over here. Oh, interesting. You can funnel stuff through a container to something else. Oh. I could funnel stuff into this container and then through a junction. Oh, that's neat. That's very neat. I like having stuff connected one-to-one so I know exactly how much stuff is being used. But that's really neat that if you want to just let the game deal with the math for you, you can. Alright, there's an oil rig. What kind of energy does an oil rig need? It just needs 1 energy. You know, the regular kind of energy. And a worker. And a worker! And a worker! Alright. We need to get this lumber deposit. We need to find this lumber deposit quickly. Does grain not go into... Oh, grain doesn't go into storage containers. Huh. That's a little frustrating. Pull some stuff out of the way, and then I have an pack opening space over here. More workers! Oh, no. Oh, dear. Okay, well, I finally found this lumber deposit, which is good news. I think this guy's getting sold. Sorry, buddy, you're getting exported. I cannot afford you. Alright, so we are set up to do this soon. And then I will have the power I need to not use this hamster wheel anymore. Which is good. That's what one of the things we're looking for here. And then I have an oil rig here that is going to do something at some point. Maybe pump oil directly into the factory to make plastic? What is my next thing that I'm doing with plastic? What else do I need plastic for? We do need another luxury apartment, though. 3 cement. 2 copper bars. I wanted this hydroponic farm. Oh, factory parts and plastic. That's how I make hydroponic farms. Okay. Well, that answers that question. That's the next thing I'm doing with plastic. Hydroponic farm. Remember. Hydroponic farm. Remember for me so I don't have to. Yeah, okay. So they can't connect to the storage container, which is sad news. I guess we'll put fossils in the storage container because I don't know what else to do with it. And at least that is less stuff being held out in the world. Three cement and a worker? I don't have enough gravel. More gravel. Why don't I have enough gravel? This is odd. Make me some gravel. This is a mistake. I don't need to spend money on this anymore. I found gravel though, so that's cool. Let's have you go digging through trash. That is a good use of your college degree. Still need one more gravel. Alright, all this needs to become cement. Grain can go there. This needs to do that. Yes, tree plantation. Excellent. Alright, that's fine. Okay, we got a tree plantation here. We got some transport into the burner factory. We got this idiot done with the hamster wheel. And the burner generator will power this factory. And this oil rig. Why not? And whatever apartment I'm about to generate. That sounds great. Yeah, do that. And also this export center. I love it. And I don't want... I think I'm going to trash one of these shacks when I do this. Which will give me a little bit more room for workers, but not like a million more room for workers. But it's not going to update my food requirements at all. And I want to wait on my food requirements until I start generating actual hydroponic farms. Alright, there is cement. So start making an apartment. And then the luxury apartment also contains copper bars. Okay, good. This is looking good. Alright. So that goes there. And this gets sold. And also energy. The apartment needs energy. And the apartment needs a sewer connection. Hopefully those connections retain on this upgrade. I'm not sure that it does. In fact, I'm relatively sure that it doesn't. But you know, whatever. This means I gotta keep an eye on it. Yeah, as expected. Cool. Now I have room for more employees for all of this other stuff that needs employees. So let's go get some employees. Oh, that doesn't work? Okay. Fine. Be like that. Oh, we need power. All right, well. Someday soon. I don't think I'm going to need another tree plantation after this, because I think after this we're going to start doing oil power. That makes some amount of sense to me. So let's just burn this for resources, for money. That's fine. I don't know why I'm doing this, but I guess I'm doing this to make factory parts, which I will use for... I don't know. I think I don't know is what I'm going to use those for. But we have them, so that's cool. All right, there we go. That's power. That's great. And now we're generating workers, which is also great. Go into the export center. Or maybe into the oil rig? Maybe into the oil rig. Let's start with that. Oh, it needs 2 employees. All right, well. That's what money's for. And for now, we will just connect this oil rig directly to the factory. Seems reasonable, too. I love all of these connector things. Like, you don't have to mess around with, like, building magnets or anything. You can just connect something to another thing. That makes this a lot easier. Man. I can leave my production separate from all of my resource storage. End of the moon. Goblin conflict. Whoa. A group of goblins entered your city to attack it. Uh-oh. I got 4 well-being? Yes, the merch and then also the cinema. Nice. A rumor is spreading around the city. Okay. Eureka. Educating an educated worker while having a city well-being of 50 will create a genius. Okay. Vera, you're gonna have to go back to college. You're gonna have to go back and get your PhD. Yeah, I got you. I got you covered. We're on the same page here. I don't have enough well-being to make you smart yet, but someday soon. The goblins are invading. All right, let's put the goblin invasion over here next to the soldier and the sniper. What can I get anything cool in 30 seconds? What does it take to get an attack helicopter? 3 electric engines and 3 plastic. Nope. I need a robot worker. I don't have any robot workers. Oh, why did I ever make a robot station? 3 factory parts, 2 cement. That's why. Okay, I understand. But let's work on it. Tank is a barrack and 3 iron bars. Yo, I could do that. 150 seconds to build a tank. All right, well, it's not going to be ready in time for this goblin conflict, that's for sure. And a warship requires electric motors also. All right, well, I guess it's this soldier and this sniper. Unless we want to dump one of these extra workers in there. Just to make sure I have a little bit better support here. I think I might. 20 seconds. All right, cool. That's something I can do in time. Back into the factory, buddy. Maybe put the uranium somewhere far away from the invading goblins. Pray for a small wave. Yeah, I have no idea what this is going to look like. We'll see if I'm just drastically unprepared or what. Guess I should have made tanks a while ago. Alright, I need another worker for this export center. So we can go sell some bread. Exporting card, 10 seconds. Alright, well, keep at it. This way it auto sells stuff, which is cool. Because you can transport stuff. Okay, and it just sells stuff the normal way. Like, it's not, you know, this goes directly into the credit card, first off. And it's not like a bonus price. So I can set this up for, like, auto export. In fact, maybe I do that. I can set you to auto export this water. And then it'll just sell itself all the time. And I'll just have money, which is great. You know, there's still stuff to learn in Department of Defense. Maybe we should be prioritizing that. Learn how to defend myself. That's a lot of deposits. Stadium houses sports events for multiple moons. Yo, stadiums? You're probably right, Vera. Cheers. Well, more landmarks are good. Work on this lumber deposit. Work on this gravel deposit. And somebody can eventually work on this water deposit. And by somebody, I mean you. How am I for energy? Okay. Oh, the oil rig is doing a thing. Here we go. Time to make plastic. Heck yeah. It's happening. This is also happening. Goblin Chopper. Goblin Warship. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, this is not going to be good. Alright, let's see if we can handle this warship separately from the chopper. Nope. Oh yeah, we're so boned! We're so boned! Oh dear. Okay, well, let's train some more workers and see how quickly they can get into the fight. Pretty sure we are extremely boned. I don't have the resources to handle this. I thought this was going to be way easier. And it's not looking like it's going to be way easier. Oh dear. Maybe I should have been working on that tank. I'd only have 120 seconds left. Do I need another barracks? I might need another barracks. How do I make a barracks? 2 cement, an iron bar, and a worker. Alright. It's doable. I mean, I guess they'll be fighting for a while. So, while we are definitely going to lose this fight, we might be able to accelerate our production of additional army units to the point where they can just jump into the fight. At the cost of 20 bucks each time. That's not ideal either. You can get over here. You can get over here. And... into the fight! Into the fray! Heck 'em up. Yeah, we're gonna overproduce here, just to get people into the fight. Okay, this is gonna be fine. Eventually, this is eventually going to be fine. It's going to take a while, but it's eventually going to be fine. So let's figure out what else I am doing. Do I need another barracks? Or is this enough barracks to manage? This is probably enough barracks to manage. And we can set up to start working on a tank, I think. Yeah, because they're not killing very quickly here. Heck 'em up! They're definitely losing a lot of people, though. This is plastic. This was gonna go into what? Hydroponic farm? Hydroponic farm. What else is happening here? I want to make another luxury apartment out of this shack. But maybe I want to make oil power first? 2 factory parks, 2 electric motors, 2 oils. Okay, that'll be a bit. Two electric motors. Is this okay? This is maybe not okay. This is maybe a disaster. I don't think I can afford to do this. But at the same time, I don't want to stop it. I thought this was going to be more okay than it was. It was very clearly less okay than I expected. Yeah, having multiple people involved in this fight. Okay, yeah. This tank is it is over for this tank. Tank is not happening. We just need to get multiple people into the fight. Hydroponic farm. Cool. We're gonna have all of the farming needs fulfilled. And then we can start working on getting an oil power plant set up. I'm out of parts. I'm going to need to eat a parts. Maybe we'll deal with that at the end of this moon, after some of the food has been eaten. Speaking of, I'm going to need more space here to hit 20. This is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, so 4 of these and 3 of these is 7, so we need to be at 92. I lost 4 well-being. Oh, having jerks causes... Of course having jerks causes negative well-being. I should have seen that coming. Uh-oh. Oh, I almost got the... If I had known that was coming, I would have gotten the quest. I would have finished the quest. Next time. Hopefully there's never a next time, but, you know, next time. We're gonna need another barracks, is, I think, what's happening here. Which I believe we decided was some amount of cement. Military barracks. 2 cement and an iron bar. Alright, you know what? Actually, I need to put this on hold for a second, because I gotta go take my usual stream break. It is about 2 p.m., so it is that time. I'm gonna take my stream break and then leave you all in suspense while the goblins are invading my city. And when I come back, we'll resolve this problem. I'm sure it won't be a problem. Right? Right? Yeah, absolutely. But hang tight for now. Here is a break screen. Thanks for hanging out. If you are new to the stream and having a good time, I'd appreciate a follow. And when I come back, we will continue being frazzled by goblins. All right, I am back. Yeah, back. Ready. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's figure out how to stop goblin warships. This thing is a problem. The goblin chopper is even more of a problem. But you know what? We're just gonna keep throwing garbage at them until they fall apart. I'm sure this will work out just fine. Although it does seem like, at some point, my efforts to, just throw soldiers at them until they fall apart might run into, the downside of me running out of people? People and money? Kind of need those things in order to solve this problem. But, we'll see how well this works. Yeah, get that fight. Alright, that is another barracks. And, let's hire another boy. Aw, block? That's not fair. One electric motor. This is going to go into... Oh, we have the hydroponic farm. Huzzah. It needs a worker, though. And water. So let's give it water. I'm going to transport this water to the hydroponic farm. And then it's going to need an employee. Okay. We're just going to be over the top here. All right. Barracks number 3. You're in the barracks. You're in the hydroponic farm. 10 seconds! Yo! That is very good for grain. Holy crap. With that, we might be able to just export bread 2000. That might actually work out fine. And then once these idiots are done, we can reprioritize one of these for... I think I need more scrap, actually. I think I need 2 factory parts for a thing that I was going to do. Not that I remember what thing I was going to do. But as soon as I remember what thing I was going to do, I'll let you know. Man, every 10 seconds? So, this will make 12 grain over the course of a single moon? That's wild. Alright, and then this is going to get started on tanking. It's really a shame what happened to that sniper. That requires the soldier to go back into a barracks. Yeah, it's not happening. This chopper is wild, though. I would love to get an attack helicopter going, so maybe that's a thing I'm going to try and work towards. But first and foremost, we're working on something else. And I definitely remember what that something else was. Right? We definitely remember what that something else was. This is what it looks like when remembering what the something else was that we're going for here. God, I'm so bad at this. Oh, I do need a stadium. That's a ways away. Oh, oil power plant. That was the thing. So this needs another factory parts, which is why I'm getting metal bits out of this iron bar. One more electric motor, and then 2 oil. So this 2 oil is here to go with the electric motor. And I think it is unfortunately time to go over the limit again. Train another idiot. That's a factory parts to go with. Yes. Go with this. My god, why? Get in the fight. Go fight him. You're messing up my grid. Jerks. I suppose I can transport from the barracks. No, okay. It's fine. Alright, so once this electric motor finishes... Oh, the electric motor finished. Alright. Get in there, Vera. You got work to do. This is an oil power plant. Yes, great. Love it. And then we might need a second oil rig, because I suspect this oil rig is going to be used to power the oil power plant. How are we doing on pollution, by the way? Sketchy. Alright, we did it! Yo, step 1 complete. We got rid of the goddamn warship. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, let's start on the next idiot, though. Man, I wish I knew what developed pollution. Like, I think the factories make pollution. I know the burner generators make pollution. I don't know if the oil rigs make pollution. They might. Should we get another worker in here? Yeah, we got time. Electric motor. All right. So what is happening here? Dry dirt. Oh. Watering the farmland. Really? Okay, so it's not quite as clean as I thought it was going to be. If it's spending like 30 seconds to do watering things. All right, or oh my god. Okay, so this outputs the good stuff. This outputs the good stuff, and also probably generates a lot of pollution. Do we have a energy splitter? We do have a splitter. Oh, that's so good. Okay, yeah, let's make some splitters then. Cement and copper bar. So this is going to output energy from oil, and this is going to solve a lot of my problems. In fact, I probably get to get rid of one of these burner generators at this point. This goes from 5 output to 12 output, which is bonkers. Here. How are we doing here? 31. This is going to take some work, definitely. Get in the fight. All right, this is probably enough soldiers. This is an energy splitter. Energy splitter. Into the fight. I don't think they're going to finish before the end of this moon, unfortunately. So that's yet more well-being lost. Sad story. Farming food. So with the water on it, it just sits there until it needs the water, and then it uses up the water. And it uses less water than I thought. Okay. Yeah. We are doing great on food, though. Wow, this is a lot of food. That's very cool. Landfills are doing all right. But I am absolutely going to burn up one of these going to sell off one of these burner generators once I get the oil power plant running. All right, here is an energy splitter. Fantastic news. Right, so we can do that. And then we can have 2 more splitters if we need it. All right, this is looking pretty good. And I can even, like, funnel from a splitter into a combiner out to a splitter in order to just generate energy at the cost of cards. That's pretty bad, actually. Like, the per card ratio is essentially a hamster wheel. Is worse than a hamster wheel. It's 2 cards to generate an energy, to generate a low energy. But it doesn't use workers, so that's good. It's just a giant pile of resources. Like a giant pile of resources. All right, this is still going. And I don't think we can get any better. We probably do need another soldier here, though. I just gotta watch the time so that we're not over and lose extra well-being that way. Let's spend on this and see if this comes up with anything good. Robot worker. Factory metal scraps iron bar. Oh. A worker made of metal. Doesn't need food. Metal scraps an iron bar? Really? Don't I need a worker thing? A robot here. Robot station houses robot workers. Okay. Yeah, we should probably get one of those. Two cement. Important. Oh. Cool. 3 factory parts. So this will be the other 2 factory parts here. Once I have the gravel for it. Man, I keep running low on gravel. I think it's time for more gravel pits. And these I can actually just like hide away wherever I want, right? We have the gravel container here. So I don't need to know where the gravel pits are. That's cool. I can just transport. Some number of them. I guess it also, like, if there's a limit to how many things I can transport over, so then I'll have to have them next to the container if I want more than that. And I could do the same thing with these smelters. Yeah, get the hell out of here, smelters. And then I need a container for copper bars. Okay. Container. Container? Egbert already unemployed. Yeah, it turns out there's not that much call for, educated workers. Storage container. 2 lumber and a metal scraps. That's the extra metal scraps here. Great. Starting to run low again. Oh, right. And I can convert money into well-being if I want to spend. Okay. And then this is 2 lumber. Get on that. For iron. This also can just be like over here and not super relevant. And I don't know what we're doing with fossils, but someday we're doing something with fossils. So if I look at transport, containers only have 1 output. Too bad. So I'd have to put them into a junction. If I wanted to output from a container. Yeah, this thing is getting more water than it needs. And we don't have storage for grain, huh? It's an extra sad story. Constructing a robot. Heck yeah. Good. Yes. Make this box. It's not going to finish in time. That's unfortunate. We're really going to have not enough money. Okay. We can afford to sell some of these. And even turn that into space to play. Again? Maybe again? Yeah, I want to turn this gravel deposit into a thing. So I guess we're going to need... Man, Man, I had people unemployed, and now I have like 30 things I need workers to do. Alright, End of the Moon. Let's sell some cards. What else am I selling? Generates 2 pollution. I could get rid of this septic tank. This junction I haven't done anything with. That we don't need. But it's like I built them, so I feel bad selling them. Not really doing anything with this export center yet, am I? I don't really need it around. Well, solve that problem later. I lost one well-being. Uh-huh. Sunshine earthquake. Oh no. An earthquake is happening. We'll put the earthquake with the rest of the disasters, I guess. Alright, sunshine's great. This just stays up here. Rain we can turn into water. And this I still want to turn into another deposit. Another pit. Watering the farmland. That's great. Keep it up. You're doing wonderful. Richter scale 6.3. Oh. That seems bad for me. That seems like it's going to cause problems, doesn't it? All right. Do we just want to take this oil rig and connect it to the... I kind of do, actually. Let's just switch straight to here. 30 seconds left. Okay. So that actually directly lines up. That's fine. That's energy. And then you can get energy here. We can even power the oil rig from its own thing. Cool. So this is now garbage. And this can transport into the lumber container. That's exciting. Cool. All right. So now we're doing things. Things are happening. And this should line up perfectly. Alright, that's good. This is for copper. So now we have copper bars and iron bars, and they can just sit there. And this can go over here, where I can forget about it. And it can keep doing its thing, along with the mines that I can also put over here and forget about. Oh, I love being able to forget about stuff. I don't need to remember you exist. You need to remember I exist. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but you know, whatever. And I think we are at the point where I can just auto sell this grain. So let's set that up. And there's still stuff I don't know about the Department of Defense? All right. I need to learn more about the Department of Defense. Fighter jet! Cool. I need to be able to break this. Alright, I guess I can do it this way. Too much money. Don't know how to turn it into smaller denominations of money. Okay, this is going, this is going, this is going. You need to... I'm going to need more scraps, it turns out, because I need to make a robot station? No, this is to make the robot station. Okay, great. At some point, we should figure out this fighter jet thing, because that sounds rad. This is going to go up here where I will eventually remember it exists. Why can't a storage container contain grain? Like, come on. Did you make the robot? You're still making a robot. It takes a while, I've been told. We need one more soldier over here, if you don't mind. Some structures were damaged. A lot of structures were damaged. Can be repaired with money. It's an earthquake. Can be repaired with money. Okay. Robot worker. Currently unhoused. Homeless. Yeah, because we need a robot worker station. Okay, sure. Out of gravel. I'm always out of gravel. 100% of the time I am out of gravel. Damn it. It's got a little robotic as opposed to the regular workers. I love it. It's so good. That is exactly what I was looking for. Okay. Use money to repair. I mean, all right. 40 to repair, 30 to repair. Okay. And they don't do anything until I repair them? Fortunately, I can just stick my credit card on him. No, my tank got interrupted. Oh, that's so mean. I was like 30 seconds away from finishing this. All right, what else got destroyed? Yeah, that really hecks up my entire, like, supply chain. Ugh. How dare they? Alright, well that just cost me a bunch of money, and that's how that goes, I guess. Oh, earthquakes suck. You'd think I'd know this about earthquakes, but... you can start working on that, I guess. Start working on that, I guess? Sure. Needs energy? What are we not getting the energy? I guess one of these... Something got interrupted. Okay. Alright, finally! Finally! We cleared out all of the combat. Good heavens. Alright. I'm getting rid of one of these excess barracks. What a mess. Houses robot workers, but needs power to do so. All of my power is taken up. I guess we need another energy splitter. And I want to replace this shack with another luxury apartment. Right. This is going to become a thing. Energy splitter requires cement, copper bar, and a worker. All right. Here's a copper bar. And eventually a cement. You can switch over to here. Another gravel deposit. Now we have another gravel pit, and we can start putting workers into there. And if I wanted to make more robot workers, factory and metal scraps and iron bar. That's pretty easy, actually. This can connect here. Oh man, yeah, we got really hecked up by the generator going out. And you're homeless. Really? Oh, lots of people are homeless because the luxury apartment's out of electricity. Yeah, okay, I get it. You can go into the gravel pit. So the gravel pit's working. And now I can forget that the gravel pit exists, which is my favorite. Transport, okay. Energy splitter. Cement. Cement copper bar worker. Get in there. That's doing that thing. And we have these resources here that I don't know what I'm doing with. What am I doing with you? I guess let's start burning some more water. So you can just sit there and do that until I figure out what's going on here. This doesn't need to be over there. This can be anywhere. I guess I'll just leave it over here since it's associated with food production. And all right, so we're making a tank. We probably need to make like a fighter jet or something. So maybe that's what these go for. Oh, we need a stadium. That's the other thing that we need, which needs a lot more cement. Yep. Okay. Keep at it. You're doing great. Where's military? Here we are. Oh, robot soldier, right? Okay, yeah, great, love it. Sniper stats. Are these better than regular soldier stats? They have lower HP. Right? Damage 2. Damage 3. This doesn't show their HP, though. A lower combat rating on the snipers? Why? Alright, that sounds bad. 2 plastic, 2 electric motors. Alright, do that. Which means we're gonna need another oil rig if we're gonna want more plastic. Like an entirely separate oil rig. Alright, entirely separate oil rig. That is the next thing we're building. Alright, and everything is powered now? No, this is still not powered. Why? Yeah, the plantation got interrupted. Miserable. I'm gonna keep one of these breads just in case. Because I don't know how fast this goes through its process. Alright, there is the next splitter. And now we have energy for what? What did I need this for? Nothing currently, but I was going to need it for... These copper bars over here for. The copper bars in the copper bar container. Do you not have a transport to the copper bars? You don't. Ah, no wonder. Now we have you. Was I going to turn this gravel deposit into another gravel pit? I think I wasn't. Let's just eat it. That seems fine. We are kind of overloaded on the majority of our resources here, so we're pretty much okay. You don't have a place to sleep because the luxury apartment still needs power. Yep, no, I got it. I got it. We're working on it. It's a work in progress. Just making an oil rig now, right? Another oil rig? Making another oil rig. Another oil rig requires 2 electric motors. An electric motor is 2 copper. You did the thing, buddy. Proud of you. Alright, now everything should have power. Including this robot station? Question mark? Oh. The robot station needs high power. I did not see that coming. Okay, well that's this entire power plant consumed? Man, maybe getting rid of that burner generator was a bad idea. On the other hand, how are we for pollution? We're doing okay, barely. Alright. Keep that up, I guess. Yeah, power plant does in fact generate pollution when burned. It's more spaghetti than Factorio. Fortunately, I don't have to look at it. It can just be in the background. It is very spaghetti, though. You're not wrong. Alright, electric motor, 3 water. And Egbert. Vera now needs a job. This is all occupied. That's great. We have enough food for everybody. That's also great. We are even on power, which is a little intimidating. And we have all of the employees that we need for a while with this robot station. We could also make robot soldiers. Wait a minute. How good are robot soldiers? Are robot soldiers good? No, they're just the same as soldiers. They're just made out of robots instead of made out of people. It's not particularly appealing. Because robot workers are an investment. Alright, this is another oil rig. So I can start making plastic. And I want to make our way towards this fighter jet. So 2 more electric motors. And there is still Department of Defense stuff to be learned. All right. Radar station. Oh, I'm supposed to make one of these. Detects attacks 3 moons before they happen. Yo! That's actually a really good early warning system. Let's do that. Barracks, electric motor, and educated worker. Okay. Okay, another electric motor. All right, great. I love it. And we can eat this barracks to make a radar station. That's probably fine. Okay, we have the grain, so yeah, we can just be exporting bread. That's great. I'm glad this is working out. And I finally learned everything that the Department of Defense has to offer. That's good. Probably. All right. And educated worker? Like you? Yes. Okay, here is the next oil rig. It's going to need power. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. We have the splitter. Okay. We have power. Everything's gonna be fine. Okay, I have a whole splitter that I haven't used yet. Great. I love that. You know, honestly, I have this combiner I'm not using. Maybe I should just get rid of it? I could use it and then funnel it into another splitter. Which seems like excessive. Seems a little excessive. I need to either use it or get a splitter. Although, honestly, maybe just getting rid of all of the combiners is the way to go and just put high power directly into high power. But as long as I have them, I can probably make splitters and take advantage of them. Is Stacklands Factorio now? Kind of. There was a certain amount of Factorio involved. There's also just a certain amount of city builder involved, right? Like, if you look at Skylines, like there's also this sort of, you know, energy grid sewer system management stuff. All right, is this set up correctly? This looks like it's set up correctly. Good news. You can start on that. So I have something to do. Yeah. So there's a bunch of different overlays that show you how things are connected. So default obviously is just Stacklands, right? We're playing Stacklands. We got cards all over the place. Some cards require energy in order to function. So there's an energy grid that you can connect a card's output to a card's input in order to provide that energy. And then sewer system also, like, stuff has sewer output, other stuff has sewer input, so everything just needs to be connected up. And then transport is sort of the automation part of it. You can have a card's card outputs get dumped directly onto another card. So I have this transport chain, 2 copper mines, dumping copper ore onto this industrial smelter. And then the copper bars that it creates are getting dumped directly into this storage container. So normally the way this would work in Stacklands is I would have them all lined up right next to each other so that they would feed into each other because it already had the thing that it was dropping and it would try and build a stack out of it. This just makes that a lot smoother without needing to build all the magnets or fairy dust or whatever the heck that base Stacklands needs in order to accomplish the same kinds of goals. So it's nicer. It's a lot nicer. All right, so that's good. This is good. Other things are good. I might want to trade out this shack for a luxury apartment at some point. Lost a little pops as cards are produced and consumed. I don't think we have, actually. Like, you can still watch them go from one place to another. Gained 3 well-being. All right, finally recovering from this warfare. Nice. Yeah, like, you can still see the pops. It's just, it's different. Look at all this gravel. Dang. All right, so that's going well. What is the next step here? I think we need more robot workers. How do I make robot workers again? Metal scraps and an iron bar. All right, we got those. People are using that button. Correct, Garrett. So you have choices here. There are choices available to you. But any of these, like worker, soldier, any of these can be renamed. So, you know, if you want to be represented, you can be represented. And I will leave the way in which you are represented up to you. Yeah, this is good. Things are happening here. This is a combiner that I haven't decided what to... I think I'm just selling this. I think we're just not going to use this. I think get out of here, combiner. Not going to rearrange my previous power situation, because every time I move stuff around, it messes up the timers. This is still being constructed. That's fine. For eventual valor and glory. I love that for you. Don't get too attached. For sure, for sure. All right. For glory and country, Garrett will defend the Stacklands. And eventually we'll have a fighter jet. We do need... Yeah, I can afford to buy another employee. So we'll do that. To go into this oil rig. Oh, we need 2. Well, okay. Ooh, advanced automation. Sick. Alright, you can go into the oil rig as well. Now we're generating oil. Radar station. Next conflict will happen at the end of Moon 26. Oh no! Disaster! Conflict incoming! Oh, we've unlocked all the packs. That's great news. Yeah, build this tank. Build this tank very quickly, please. We might need to build more barracks again. Damn it. I even sold off the extra barracks because I thought I was going to be okay. How powerful is this conflict going to be? I have 240 seconds to deal with this. This finishes in 38 seconds. Oh, I can even build another tank after this, so that's probably going to be okay. That's probably fine. Fingers crossed that's going to be fine. Bleep, bleep. Conflict detected. Let's see. What else can I do? I think the answer is going to be build a second tank. And then start on a fighter jet. 2 plastic, 2 electric motors. Okay. 3 plastic, 3 electric motors. Yo, attack helicopters are so good. And the warship is 2 iron bars, 2 electric motors. I see. Let's just get a fighter jet. One electric motor, and we have no copper at the moment. But that is a work in progress. You've got nothing to do? Time to spend some money. We are sitting on a lot of money here. Ready meal. Grain, plastic. Wow. Grain and plastic. That's something. Theme park. Electric motor, toys, and workers. Oh? I don't know how to make toys. Have I considered belting ammo? I have not. Garrett the soldier identifies as an attack helicopter. I don't think I can turn Garrett into an attack helicopter. But, who knows? Maybe medical facilities can help Garrett have the body he's always wished he could have. Are we reclaiming the attack helicopter joke? Is that where this is going? Still working on the logistics chest embargo. There's an embargo? Why is there an embargo? Ready meal. Grain and plastic. I don't have that much plastic. I don't have just like extra plastic to burn here. I've got an extra factory part though. I don't know what I want to do with that. Oh, achievement stuff. Yeah, okay. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. Yep. All right. This is well on its way. That's great. Am I going to need a second barracks? I might need a second barracks. As it stands right now, I know I'm going to need a second motor and a second plastic. I've actually seen people like, I know it was intended, like, originally the attack helicopter thing was intended as offensive, but I've seen people turn it around, and I'm not sure whether or not the current state of the discourse is that it's funny or that it's still problematic. So, like, I don't want to weigh in, right? Like, I have no horse in this race. But I do like the idea that, you know, poor frat boys everywhere are finally getting the attention that they need in order to have the attack helicopter body they've always wanted. Like, finally medical science is where it needs to be. Depends on intended context. Well, I mean, why does everything have to have nuance, man? That's way more difficult. Can I dump this on here? I'm afraid if I dump this on here, it'll cause a problem. I'm not gonna do it. Okay, what am I working towards here? I'm still working towards this. That's fine. That is a work in progress. Everything is happening correctly here. They'll figure themselves out when they need to. That's a-okay. There's the question of whether or not I wanted to replace this shack with another apartment, which I could do. I think I wanted to build a second barrack, so maybe we start with that. Since that's the thing I know I want. 2 cement and an iron bar. Nope, don't scrap it. We need that. I don't know what I'm doing with these factory parts. Is there anything else that I think I need? Like, you know, need? I feel like I could handle another hydroponic farm here. I feel like I'm in a good state. And I think this thing is generating enough water to support 2 of them. I kind of wish now that I did turn soldiers into attack helicopters rather than just building attack helicopters from parts, because that would be great. Can I get another hydroponic farm? Are we in a place where that's like the life that I could be living here? That requires a bunch of plastic. Ah, plastic! Doesn't require energy, though. Just requires water. As long as I am filtering sewage into water, this seems like I'm getting more water here than I need. So I might be set up to be able to run 2 hydroponic farms. And if I am, that's probably more food than I need, which means we can funnel both of these farmlands into another factory and turn it straight into exports and turn that into money. And you know how I love my money. Speaking of which, let's spend some money. You know what I'm doing with this uranium. We can just sit there. Impressive industry. What's an impressive industry? A lot of undiscovered cards. Maybe electric motors, though. Solar panel. Huh. I see. We turn sunshine into energy. But then I don't get the well-being bonus from sunshine. How sad. Toy shop! 3 toys? That's unreasonable. And some cement. Alright. Well, we'll probably use the cement. I imagine. Oh, I wanted to make that stadium. How far away is the stadium? 5 cement. Okay. Well, good thing we have some cement here. You're making a robot. Maybe make another robot? Yeah, I think we might need to scrap an iron bar. Make some more metal scraps. Okay, cool. Definitely enough for my my little idiots to start working on. Speaking of, how is pollution? Oh, pollution is high. It is, in fact, time for another landfill. Wow, this jumped really fast. Okay, how do I make a landfill? Three gravel and a metal scraps. Get on it, buddy. This is gonna be... Okay, and then... Toy shop would be great. That's still pretty far away. I don't know how to get multiple toys. Like, we still don't know how to make toys. And toys disappear within a moon. So it's not like I can keep them around. Unless I can put them in a storage container? That's a thought. Stadium. 5 cement. Yeah, 3 iron bars. And then 3 workers, which is rather a lot of workers. Okay, cement, iron bar was a thing. Another barracks. Yep, that was in fact a thing. Good, great. 5 cement, 3 iron bars. 1 worker, 2 workers, 3 workers once they're done building things. It's too bad the soldiers can't help. I don't think I have any freedom right now in terms of other things. The factory's not doing anything, so that could be another robot worker. Like, we could just keep pumping these out. Metal scraps and an iron bar. Yeah, get in there. And then we need 1 more plastic and 1 more electric motor. Is it time to buy? It is not yet time to buy. On the other hand, it could easily be time to buy. How much do I need? Time to buy. Oh, toys! 2 plastic and a factory. All right, we figured it out. Zoo. 5 grain, 5 iron bar, and a worker. Nice. Okay. And then this is an engine. Make an engine for me. Make another electric motor. Cool, 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 cool. Good progress. Alright, this is another barracks. For the purposes of making additional things. You go up here. We're going to need you soon. Okay, yeah. So dumping something extra there does, in fact, like I can't queue up a second tank. That goes over there, and then we connect this, not transport sewage, to a sewer tank. And hopefully this is enough landfills to handle all of the pollution. Fingers crossed. Tank! Oh? Homeless? What does that mean? Like... Hold on. Where do you need to be housed, my friend? Do I need to replace you with a do I need to replace a soldier? Yes. Okay. Okay, good to know. Tanks need luxury apartments. Great. I think it is time to set up another luxury apartment. How do I do that? Apartment is 3 cement. We can do that. Once this stadium is up and running. In fact, the robot worker could do it. I did want to set up another hydroponic farm, but we're short on plastic right now, so that's going to have to wait. Oh, stadium needs sewage. Okay. Stadium needs 2 sewage. Wow, it's a good thing I have this extra septic tank. Alright, and then stadium also needs power. Needs... Okay. Sure. I have enough power for that. And then it needs employees. Like, for example, this robot worker. And, for example, this other robot worker. Cool. So, the cinema, very clearly better. But the stadium also good. Alright, you need to connect to the septic tank. You need energy.